Hello, konnichiwa, this is Setsubonanko aka Setsuna, and today we'll be taking a look at different personality types that Danganronpa characters have. If you've played the games or watched Let's Plays of these games, then you'd know that most of the characters have a blood type written down in their student profile in the handbook. Maybe you've wondered why they added this when it has no relation to the actual story. But in Japan, many people use their blood type as a way to learn more about people's personalities. These blood type theories in Japan are very popular, especially among younger people. You can compare it to the zodiac signs and how people have different personalities that go with the sign. So I thought that it would be fun to see all the Danganronpa characters' blood types and compare their personalities to see if they match, or if they just randomly wrote a type down. Also, this video will include some spoilers, so if you haven't played or watched up to Danganronpa V3, then I'd recommend you do so first, and then come back to see this video. Now, let's get started. First, we'll start with blood type A. People with this blood type are known to be extremely organized, precise, and pay close attention to detail. They're very organized and like to keep things neat and tidy, but they can also be stubborn and easily stressed out. They also value having harmony with others, while still enjoying having time to themselves due to their sensitive nature. They can be cautious or anxious, and may take their time to open up to others. They are trusted by the people around them for being very earnest. They're diplomatic, friendly, and are good at hiding their feelings. The Danganronpa characters who have this blood type are Angie, Gonta, Hajime, Mikan, Mahiru, Maki, Nekomaru, Tsumugi, Komaru, Makoto, Kokichi, Teruteru, Sonia, and Kazuichi. In terms of Angie, I can see the correlation between the blood type and her actual personality, because as we saw in Chapter 3, Angie tries to build peace and harmony in the academy with her student council. From what we see of her, she is quite diplomatic, friendly, and is very good at hiding her true feelings. Gonta is very friendly and enjoys having harmony, just like the blood type. With Hajime, I think he can relate to being very stubborn and easily stressed. He can also be anxious and won't open up to others easily. With Mikan, she seems to prefer having harmony with others and has a sensitive nature. I also think that she can be somewhat cautious around new people. Mahiru tends to try to be very organized, stubborn, and values harmony. As the ultimate assassin, Maki is obviously very organized, precise, and tidy. She can also be slightly stubborn and takes her time to open up to others, as we see in-game with Kaito, Shuichi, and everyone else. I feel like Nekomaru doesn't quite fit this group as much as the others, but I do think that he values having harmony with others around him as the ultimate team manager. Tsumugi needs to be very precise and pay close attention to detail, as she is the ultimate cosplayer, and recreated Danganronpa as we saw in Chapter 6 of V3. Not to mention that in-game she does seem to prefer having harmony with the others, as well as enjoying time by herself to do her own thing. Komaru seems to be easily stressed out, but that never stopped her from continuing to build peace in Towa City. Makoto doesn't quite fit this blood type personality, in my opinion, but he does work extremely hard to create harmony wherever he is, and he always succeeds. Kokichi is a wild card, so it's hard to tell what his actual personality is like, but I do believe that he enjoys having harmony with the others, even if he's not included. And he's definitely good at hiding his true feelings as well as being cautious around others, although he isn't known for being very trustworthy or earnest. As we saw in Chapter 1 of SDR2, Teruteru does seem to easily get stressed out and anxious. He's also very friendly, even too friendly. As the princess of her country, Sonia definitely enjoys having peace and harmony with the people around her. I also imagine her to be a very organized individual. Finally, with Kazuichi, I think that he easily gets stressed out and anxious with whatever crazy situation is going on around him, although I don't think he's very diplomatic. Next, we'll take a look at the characters with the blood type B. People with this blood type are known for being very easygoing, honest, outgoing, and bubbly. They're curious, charismatic, and creative individuals, but can also easily lose interest. They are independent and passionate about the things that interest them, and are generally pretty optimistic. Thanks to this optimism, they are more relaxed and laid back when faced with a problem. People with this blood type are not afraid to speak their mind, and because of this, they can be perceived as selfish. As idealists, they can see things from different perspectives that no one else can. The Danganronpa characters with this blood type are Akane, Aoi, Byakuya, Tenko, Ryoma, Rantaro, Kyoko, Gundam, Hyoko, Yasuhiro, and Kirumi. In terms of Akane, I think that she tries to be very independent and optimistic. She's also very outgoing and passionate about the things she likes. For Aoi, she's also very optimistic, as we saw at the end of Trigger Happy Havoc, and you can accurately describe her as being outgoing and bubbly. Byakuya is definitely independent and easily loses interest in anything that doesn't directly affect himself. Tenko is extremely passionate about her Neo Aikido, as well as Himiko, and isn't very afraid to speak her mind to others. For example, when she was talking to Shuichi and Himiko about the things that they need to work on improving. Ryoma isn't very outgoing or optimistic, but he certainly is honest and independent. Rantaro was shown to be very optimistic, relaxed, and laid back throughout the time that we saw him in-game, as well as in the Survivor Park video. He can also get along with basically everyone easily, making him quite the charismatic social butterfly. He was also able to look at the killing game from a different perspective than anyone else, and even in the bonus mode, he was able to judge others fairly and truthfully. Another interesting thing that I found out is that many playboys are known to have the blood type B, and Rantaro is known for having the appearance of a playboy, although he definitely isn't since Rantaro is a gentleman. Kyoko isn't very outgoing or bubbly, but since she is the ultimate detective, she obviously is very curious about the mysteries of Hope's Peak Academy. She was able to look at each case in a completely different perspective than anyone else in order to solve the problems. She's also very independent, as we saw in Trigger Happy Havoc. Gundam is very creative and outgoing, just like his blood type. Hyoko can be perceived as self-centered, but she can also be seen as creative and outgoing, although she still needs to work on being independent. I don't see too much of a resemblance between Yasuhiro and this blood type, other than the fact that he's curious and not afraid to speak his mind. Finally, as the ultimate maid, I think that Kirumi is very good at problem solving and being optimistic about situations in order to find a better way around things. Although I don't think that she's very outgoing or bubbly. Now that we got that out of the way, we can move on to the general personality for people with the blood type O. People with this blood type are known to be energetic, practical, and friendly. They are also eccentric, outgoing, and can easily get along with the people around them. They are natural leaders and are experts at expressing their thoughts and opinions constructively while controlling their emotions. They don't pay close attention to the little things and can sometimes have difficulties expressing their feelings due to fear of rejection. Finally, O blood types tend to burn themselves out trying to get things done perfectly. The Danganronpa characters with this blood type are Chiaki, Kaede, Kaito, Korekio, Nagito, Toko or Genocider, Himiko, and Peko. In terms of Chiaki, I think that you can definitely call her friendly. As we see in the game, and especially in the DR3 anime, Chiaki is a wonderful leader and can get along with most of her classmates. She also, at times, can have some difficulty expressing her feelings. Similarly to Chiaki, Kaede is a great leader and a natural one at that. She's definitely outgoing and was easily able to get along with all of her classmates within days of being together. Kaede also does seem to easily burn herself out trying to save her classmates. Kaito is also a natural leader and can be described as energetic and eccentric. He also doesn't seem to pay close attention to the little things and more towards the bigger picture. I don't think that Korekio exactly fits this category as well as the other characters, just because he isn't exactly the leader type character, but I do think that he is an expert at expressing his thoughts and opinions in a constructive and informative manner, as well as controlling his emotions, for the most part. Nagito is certainly eccentric, as we see all throughout the game. In the beginning of SDR2, he seemed to be able to get along with everyone, although that friendship disappeared quickly, but I do still believe that this blood type fits well with his personality. Toko is eccentric and has difficulties expressing her true feelings due to fear of rejection, most notably from Master Byakuya, and Genocider isn't much different. Himiko isn't much of a leader, nor is she very outgoing, but you could somewhat call her eccentric because of her passion for magic, although it may be a bit of a stretch. Finally, Peko is much more quiet and isn't exactly a leader, but you could say that she's good at controlling her emotions. At last, we've come to the final blood type, AB. AB blood types are known to be either a genius or a psycho. Just like the title, they're a mix of both the blood type A and B. Because of this, they can be shy and outgoing at the same time. Their personalities can change quickly depending on the mood or situation, and can sometimes be seen as two-faced. They can be unpredictable and curious, while also being calm and rational. They're composed, sensitive, mysterious, and eccentric, therefore creating a wide variety of personality. This blood type is rare in Japan, so it makes sense that there aren't that many Danganronpa characters with this type. The ones who do have this type are Fuyuhiko, Ibuki, Junko, Shuichi, and Miyu. In terms of Fuyuhiko, I feel like his mood can somewhat change quickly depending on the situation, although for him it leans more towards anger management issues than being two-faced. I'm sure as the ultimate Yakuza, he can be decently calm and rational when the time comes. For Ibuki, I think that we can all agree that she is very eccentric, outgoing, and creative, just like her blood type. Junko probably fits this blood type the most, considering her personality changes extremely quickly depending on basically anything. She's the very definition of being a psychotic genius, and her actions throughout the series are both unpredictable and insane. She can be calm and rational when the time comes, and honestly just fits this blood type to a T. Moving on from that, we'll take a look at Shuichi, who's completely different from Junko. I don't think that he exactly fits the part about being outgoing, eccentric, or unpredictable, but he's definitely shy, calm, rational, and sensitive. If we think about the pre-game versions of all of the characters from V3, then we could probably imagine that Shuichi fits this blood type a little more, since that would somewhat make all of them two-faced. Finally, we have the gorgeous girl genius, Miyu Iruma, and just like her title suggests, she is definitely a genius who can invent a wide variety of different things just from her mind. Not to mention that her personality, just like Junko, can be quite eccentric and unpredictable. Throughout V3, her demeanor can flip from being confident and rude to shy and sensitive, exactly like her rare blood type. Well, there we have it. Those were all of the blood types and the Danganronpa characters that match those types. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that the characters match their blood types and the general personality traits that go with them. I was surprised to see how accurate these were and how similar the characters' personalities match the stereotypes of their blood. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like what you see, then please consider subscribing for more Danganronpa and Your Turn to Die content, as I would appreciate the support. And I'll see you all later. Bye!